enforcement and first responders work in extremely high stress situations. Sometimes that stress can boil over into their personal lives. Our Cash Matlock joins us in the studio with more on that. Cash?
Andrea, when the phone rings or when the scanner goes off, oftentimes law enforcement officers don't know what they might face. Sometimes talking about their problems is the only way to move on, but that's easier said than done. Winston County Sheriff Jason Pugh says just like any job, law enforcement officers deal with mental and physical stress.
Some people can deal with stress better than other people can deal with stress, and some people need help coping with stress.
The difference is, if not properly taken care of, officers can end up carrying that stress with them for years.
You know, we can bring in a counselor from our insurance agency, and we have offered that several times with traumatic incidents that happened.
Pugh says it's tough to get members of law enforcement to seek out the help they may need.
The biggest problem is getting your officer to say, yes, I have a problem. It's rare for them to do that. We have offered grief counseling to the whole department after a disaster in the county. Not a soul took us up on it.
Wendy Woods has been a counselor for 23 years. She agrees that it can be hard to get first responders to share their feelings at first.
It can be very difficult for an individual who works in law enforcement or first responders to open up, because the nature of their job is to do the job and move on to the next one, and so that you don't spend much time reveling or talking or thinking about that incident.
Sometimes the stress can be too much, and in some cases lead to domestic violence. Pugh says any officer in the state who's convicted of domestic violence will automatically lose their job.
By federal law, he can no longer possess a firearm. And an officer that cannot possess a firearm is actually no good to anybody, obviously, so it is a showstopper.
Woods says the key to avoiding this is communication. She says it's crucial for an officer to have someone to talk to.
It doesn't always have to be a counselor. It can be a friend, it can be a pastor, but truly talking about the day-to-day stressors that you are experiencing can help to minimize the physiological impact that the stress can have on the body.
According to a study from the National Center for Women and Policing, domestic violence is 2 to 4 times more likely to occur in a police family.